Porsche 944 Challenge Series Australia. Round 2 is presented by Don Watson Transport, with thanks to our supporting partners: Porsche Australia, EJM Financial Advice, LK Diesel Service, Campione Electrics, Butcher's Diner, Stratton Finance over 1-800 Lasagna, AVI Technology, AAA Home Loans, Pit Lane Clothing. Round 2 sees the championship head to the beautiful Victorian High Country and to the nation's action track, Winton Motor Raceway. Located around 200 kilometres north of Melbourne, the circuit is 3 kilometres long and runs in a clockwise direction. The circuit is well known for being technically demanding with its tight and twisty nature. Overall, there are 12 corners. Key ones to watch out for are turns 1 and 2, with the concrete walls being very close. Turn 5, a long sweeping section of the track. Turn 9, which leads onto a shorter back straight. Turn 12, which leads onto the long front straight and towards the start-finish line. Qualifying took place on Saturday morning, and it was the two-time series champion, Jamie Westaway, who took pole over the number 66 of Mark Torberts, literally by 1/10 of a second. Four-time champion Cameron Bella takes up position 3. Over front-runner Adam Brewer in the AVI Technology car, Mark Verdino starts from position 5, alongside the reigning champion Chris Lewis-Williams. Michael Westaway comes out of position 7, with Lyndon Watson next to him in P8. Another Westaway, Tony, takes up position 9 alongside Josh Brisbane in the stunning number 56 green Porsche. Manny Mezzaselma will start from P11 alongside King Richard Howe in the number 8 machine. Andrew Goldman comes out of position 13. John Venoris next to him in P14. Jimmy Mitchell starts from P15 in the Martini livery car, whilst debutant Nick Carbon suffered an underweight issue and had his time marked off by the stewards, meaning he will round out the 16-car field. Race 1 began on Saturday afternoon, and the field rolled out in hot and dry conditions.
Welcome back trackside here at round 2 of the Victorian State Circuit Racing Championships. 944s on track next. They're being presented this weekend by Don Watson Transport. Another very big welcome to Don Watson Transport. Darren Smith, and right alongside me is the ever-present, effervescent champion.
Wow.
Jack Atley. Welcome, Jack. Welcome to Winton.
Kind words. Darren Smith.
It's all about to fall apart, though. But
yeah, exactly.
Start off kind.
Good afternoon, everyone, wherever you are watching all around the world, I should say. And great to be at Winton here on a stunning afternoon.
Look like we're set for a start here. And this is going to be very, very interesting to see how Jamie Westaway can charge away here. This is a stacked field, you'd have to say, Jack, and getting away absolutely smartly with Mark Torberts.
Westaway and Torberts led the charge into turn 1. Bella slotted into third, but was already facing pressure from Lewis-Williams and Brewer.
There's Dick Howe, the experienced campaigner. In fact, we're just talking about it off air as you start to come through the field and gather your pace in 944.
Dino, too, saw his chance early.
Getting back to the front of the field here, there's the bright green car of Cambella already coming under some pressure from the 4-time champion, Chris Lewis-Williams.
Very quickly, it was Bella who saw gearbox issues and slowed dramatically.
Cambella slows dramatically.
That's a real shame for the 4-time champion. He's definitely going slow out the back of the circuit there, the number 55.
That is a moment for the championship right there. He's got it going. No, has he? No, he hasn't. He's looking all sorts of at sea there. That is a championship moment right there, Jack Atley. That changes things dramatically, doesn't it?
Already it wasn't how he wanted to start his campaign.
Second in qualifying this morning, so he's had a good run. And there is the the stricken car of Campbell, and I can tell you,
The team did manage to get him back out on track, albeit with only fourth gear alone.
Oh, Cambella's back out now, the 55, so he's circulating. This is for P3, 4 and 5 on the road. It's Torbert's just up in front in that yellow car we're just getting a look at. Fastest car.
Brisbane began their race-long battle and quickly came up against Howe.
Beautifully, and the lime green car there, the 56 of Josh Brisbane.
The pressure showing as Brisbane took to the grass, allowing the number 10 of Mesoselma to sneak on by.
yeah, it's very, very tight racing, and Manny, of course, is really using this as a warm-up, I guess you would say, for the Bathurst 6 hour. You can see
Lost a mid-pack, Tony Westaway also nabbed Goldman under brakes.
white car, which is very synonymous with the Westaway family. They've run that for years. Just in a quick replay of getting some action here. So you'll see there that Westaway has just snuck under Andrew Goldman, who, again, we welcome to the category. Great move under brakes, but a pretty...
With the temperature starting to rise, the field began to see some casualties. Brisbane first to falter with a fuse issue in his machine.
Brisbane, oh, the 56 slowing.
Oh, yeah.
And he heads off the pit, off the track as well. Not into the pits, but into a pit.
Two-time champion Westaway suddenly stopping as well.
And looks like we've had a spin there, Daz, out the back of the circuit. Around the gum tree, that's the Westaway car.
That's our race leader.
That's Jamie. Oh,
Jamie
wow.
Westaway.
Wow, that's Jamie Westaway. That's the champion, Jamie Westaway, and he is getting out of the car. Now, I'm not sure what's happened there, but that is out the back of the circuit by the looks of it, under the gum tray.
This left the door wide open for Torberts, and he took the lead, hoping to snatch his first ever victory in the category after racing for 10 years.
Let's throw it wide open now. Mark
5-second
Torberts.
lead, exactly. Guess who's in front of the race? It's El Presidente, Mark Torberts.
Wow, he is going to feel the weight of expectation now as this gap is slowly being pegged back as Lewis Williams and Ads Brewer start to work together a little bit in the last couple of laps.
Right, here we go, because Mark Torberts has never won a race. In all the years he's been racing in Porsche 944 championships, he's never won a race. Well, Mr. Torberts and El Presidente, here is your chance, but you've got a 4-time champion right on your bumper, and you've got the Black Widow Spider, number 3, who's catching him as well, and dare I say it, as West Australia has just erupted.
It certainly has. Have a look at this. Mark Torberts is absolutely driving the wheels off this car, and at the moment, Mark Torberts poised for a victory.
Wow, can he do it? He's really coming under pressure there from a guy who knows how to win a race and knows how to win a championship, and that's Chris Lewis Williams, the Baron of Benalla, the number 37. And you can see the black car there of Adam Brewer there hunting him down. He's probably got a lap or two to go, and he would be looking in his mirrors and left and right, because he has never won a race.
This is when you hear the rattle, you smell the gear oil, you smell the coolant. You hear everything, the tyre, all of a sudden he's gone mushy on the left front.
I'm absolutely got fingers, toes and anti-sway bars all crossed up at the moment for Mark Torberts, because I know that he just puts so much effort into this category. He has just been a long-time campaigner in the category. He puts so much effort in. This would just make his year if he could jag a win here.
Torberts didn't have it all his own way and had real pressure from Lewis Williams and Brewer all the way to the flag.
So lenient. Hasn't won it. We're all. Well, I think we've cracked the champagne, haven't we?
Well, we've got it on ice.
We should have just kept the hat on it. Let's keep the lid on it. Let's get back to this battle for a second.
We've got it on ice. We've got everything crossed up here in the comms box. Absolutely. As I said, he has been around the game for a number of years. This would just be a fantastic result. He's driving the car, usually campaigned, as we said, by Tim Wolfe over in WA, but he's trying desperately to hold off the 4-time champion there in Chris Lewis Williams. And as you say, I've got everything crossed. I can't believe it. I'm finally going to hopefully see a win by a guy who is president of the 944 Association. He puts hours and hours and hours behind the scenes into this category. He is much deserving of a race victory. And it's fantastic to see the yellow Pipecraft car glistening in the Winton sunshine as he comes up to the final corner. He's got one corner to go and he's going to hold off Chris Lewis Williams and Adam Brewer. And it is just almost emotional, actually, to see
It is
Mark
a bit.
Torbus.
He gets out on the ripple strips there, and Lewis Williams is going to have this gap back under 1 second. There's the checkered flag. Mark Torbus can finally breathe again.
Hey.
Gets to the line, and that's a victory, and a sweet, sweet victory indeed it is for the driver of car number 66, Mark Torbus. And I'm going to say the guy, Dickie Howe's gone off celebrating. He's like, Torbus has won a race. How good's that?
Can't believe it.
I reckon CLW has just driven up beside him, and he has given him the thumbs up.
Yep. No, I think the whole category will be shedding a tear and having a beer tonight, because that's fantastic to see Mark Torbus come across the line there.
Eventually, the experience showed. And after 10 years of racing, it was Torbus and the number 66 Pipecraft car who came home to take his first race win.
I told you one day you'll get there, mate. It's good stuff, thank you.
What a race.
So it was Mark Torbus taking line honours, with Chris Lewis-Williams home in second, Adam Brewer a solid third, Westaway brothers Michael and Tony in 6th and 7th, Nick Carpenter a great result to come home in 8th on debut, Andrew Goldman also claiming points in 9th, Richard Howe rounding out the top 10, Johnny Venoris just outside the top 10. Big names Cameron Bella, Jamie Westaway both suffered mechanical issues, but importantly, Bella at least banking some points. Manny Mesaselma, Josh Brisbane also both unfortunately failing to finish. After the long time coming victory, we caught up with race winner Mark Torbus.
It's a pretty surreal feeling. For the first time after 2013 I started, so it's the first race winner we've had this afternoon today here at Winton, so pretty good feeling, pretty stoked. The car's a jet, and was able to just missed out on pole position to Jamie by half a tenth of a second, and due to his unfortunate gearbox failure, was in the position to take the lead when he pulled off, and they held on ahead of Chris and Adam for the win. I could see him coming in my mirrors. I knew I didn't want them to catch me because they were going to apply the blowtorch if they did, but it was a long race, especially those last half a dozen laps or whatever it was after Jamie pulled off and I was in the lead. The checkered flag couldn't come out soon enough, and the last 3 or 4 laps I was thinking it's got to come. Was just trying to be careful, just to not pinch a brake, to not go deep under brakes, to not gas up, spin the wheels coming out of a corner. So I just wanted to turn it in nice and early. I was just braking out 5 metres earlier, getting on the gas, turning the car, rotating it, getting it square and smooth on the power. And I knew that they'd catch me, but I knew also I was going to be a little bit kinder on the rear tyres because it was very hot out there today, and the tyres were cooked after a few laps already. So I was just nursing them home, and I wanted to have something to fight with if they did catch me. So but it was a great feeling when I saw Andy Bella and my brother on the pit wall celebrating as I came to the checkered flag for the first time in the lead.
Race 2 on Sunday morning, and again in beautiful, bright, clear weather. It was Torbus and Lewis-Williams who took up the front row.
Yesterday, so he will start from the rear of the field and look forward to those guys charging through for race number 2.
So it'll be Ads Brewer to Mark Bedino, Lyndon Watson, Michael Westaway, Tony Westaway, Nick Carpenter, Goldman, Howe, Norris, Bella, Manny Menazelma, Westaway, Brisbane and James Mitchell. They head down into turn 1. So it's going.
Bella got a great start. Michael Westaway also getting away well, slotting in behind Watson.
That's Cambella charging on through, so he's made his way up to be right in there as well. So the 55, we've got 4 times champions starting of rear of grid, is already up to about 7th or something.
Sensational performance by a guy that has won 4 titles in the bright green aqua car there, Cameron Bella, a multiple champion.
Bella was on a mission, already moving up from 12th spot at the start to take 5th over Lyndon Watson down the long back straight on lap 1.
Didn't get the points, but you can see Cambella now with all 5 gears rearing to go in that gearbox, how much he is charging through the field.
Here's something that
Bedino also went aggressive early, cutting under Brewer into turn 10.
Blanket over them. Bedino looks down the inside of Brewer. Makes it stick. Wow, he threw that one in there for a while. In the fact that Brewer went off the track to celebrate, comes back on with a wobble in front of 55 of Bella. So that could have got interesting with the 4 times champ and the future champ to be in car number 3.
Bella too was wasting no time, grabbing Brewer as well under brakes.
Car, the very familiar picture of Cameron Bella scything his way through the pack already.
Geez, I tell you what, Bella
Decided to attack Goldman early, nabbed him into turn 1.
Andrew Goldman, who's got some real pressure from the beautiful bright green car of Josh Brisbane. Josh is one of the category sponsors there this time around. Had an issue yesterday as he dives around the outside of turn 1. Great move by Josh Brisbane in the number 56.
A really good move, in fact, threw it in there
Slides
and
it.
did not
Great
lose
start where he gained a number of places. Suddenly, Jamie Westaway, driving the number 50, usually run by Tony Westaway, had a high speed off, ruining his chances for points.
So he's come out this morning in his dad's usually running car, the bright yellow and black car. That is actually Jamie Westaway in the normally run car from Tony Westaway. So it's
Jamie's had a ripping start and then just gone and thrown it off into the dust. Here it is, oversteer.
Wow, okay. A new car, and he's at high speed there as he's gone through and gone right off wide on the...
Arch rival Cameron Bella was still charging through the field, eventually grabbing Verdina into turn 11.
He certainly knows how to win, and he will get some drive down this long back straight there, really trying to get the Vendetta under brakes, and I think he'll grab him. Actually, no. Mark holds it. It's so tight coming into the final corner as they head onto the long straight.
Let's stay here with Cam Bella and watch the master at work. Give him some silence to do it in. Oh, you can just see it. Sorry, silence.
Giving a wave to Mark. So, yeah, he's got him coming out of the final corner there, and he'll drag him all the way.
Jimmy Mitchell in the number 46 saw trouble and he pulled us.
Sorry, it's Jimmy Mitchell, by the looks of it. Jimmy Mitchell in the Martini livery car. Jimmy unfortunately had some issues yesterday as well. But
And the battle really started heating up between Brewer and Verdino in what turned out to be the fight of the race, the 4th spot. Brewer showed us some fancy footwork, throwing everything at the number 44 side-link driver. Verdino, also showing true fighting spirit, held sway and took the position under brakes into turn 1.
he's really got some pressure, but he's just going to have to remain cool.
I tell you what, here's a couple of princes in waiting, aren't they? They're after the kingdom. Brewer looks to the inside of Verdino. A beautiful move for Ads Brewer. Wow, the ABI technology car slips up the inside of the sidelink car, and that is a ripper. Gets it done, but he's not done here. The 44 looks to the inside. There's going to be another change, or there's going to be paint swaps. Either way around. The slide through the 3 gathers it all back up. The 44 gathers it all up. But wow, Ads Brewer wide now. He's going to have better flow here, but the 44 dances across the track in front of him.
Bella, meantime, had now caught the 2 front runners and was gunning for the win. A unique onboard with the 4-time champion showed us just how he does it.
Just give them the airtime.
Absolutely. This, by the looks of it, is the master at work. This is Cam Bella as he now heads round the back of the circuit. He's currently in 3rd gear there. He may just grab 4th. There he goes, into 4th gear there now. It's hard on the brakes. Back to 3rd. He'll turn it left, flick it out of this corner. He wants the ripple strip on the right. You grab a little bit of that, and he's slipping in behind the car in front of him because he wants the slipstream. Bang, down into 4th gear there. So the majority of this circuit is 3rd and 4th. Moves to the left, back to 3rd. He wants to get the drive out of this corner because this is the corner which is going to lead on to the long front straight, and this is where he's going to get the slipstream and nail these guys in front.
I do love Chris Lewis-Williams.
Lewis Williams all over the back of Torbits.
Bella on board. That is reigning champion Chris Lewis-Williams. Feigns to the inside. The famous Winton manoeuvre at the water tank. Feign to the inside there. All that's done is given Bella all the room he needs. Was that a nudge?
Maybe.
Did he give him a bit of come on?
And with time running out, Bella had one more lunge at Lewis Williams, only to find the same gearbox gremlin left over from race 1, putting pay to his chances.
And
You can.
Oh, that's it.
No, wow.
He's thrown it all away. Campbell, the big ask at the front end of the car. It's understeered. Now he has to work very, very hard again. So Richard Howe has got that 15 seconds hanging over his head. And sadly for him, that's going to drop him right outside the top 10 at the moment.
Yeah.
This is our race leader. There he goes. That's Mark Torbitz with Chris Lewis-Williams. They'll come around and be on the final lap now. And I tell you what, Mark Torbitz, here we go. This was four-time champion Campbella. Tips it in at the corner. Oh, and that was it. A little bit of a compression lockup, I think that was, with the way the car vibrated ever so slightly there.
Whilst that was going on, a very scary moment. Selma found the edge of the track while pursuing Howe, which span him back onto the circuit.
Floodgates now, you win them all from here on in.
Big crush, big incident there. By the looks of it, off the track. Sorry to interrupt us.
Matty Menazelma, and that is Josh Brisbane.
Fast approaching to Brisbane had nowhere to go, resulting in a heavy and scary incident for both drivers. Thankfully, they're both okay.
Corner we're heading into now, which I'm going to say was a compression lockup, but
Might have been.
it's interestingly enough to see what happens. Here we go. CLW, look at Torbitz. He's holding the middle of the track. He's allowed to put the car wherever he wants at this point in time. CLW, was going to try and do that kind of threshold of braking slide lockup manoeuvre into the corner there. Sees best of it, and I would say CLW probably went, I really don't want to dig up Mark today. Not yet, maybe in the last race of the day. And he gets it. Mark Torbitz, 2 from 2. Chris Lewis-Williams into position 2, and Campbella works hard to get through to position number 3. Mark Medino ultimately beats home as through in what was the thrilling part of race number 2.
So again, it's Mark Torbitz who takes victory. Chris Lewis-Williams home in second. Campbella with a stunning drive through the field, the final spot on the podium. Nick Carpenter again in the points. Richard Howe completes the top 10. John Vanoris rounds out the field with Manny Mezaselma, Josh Brisbane, thankfully okay, Jamie Westaway and Jimmy Mitchell failing to get across the line. Prior to race 3, we caught up round naming rights partner and driver Lyndon Watson.
Down here with Lyndon Watson in the pit lane at Winton. Lyndon, first time here in 5 years, and last time you were here you had some pretty good results. Happy hunting ground for you?
True, I really liked the track last time I was here. I seemed to get a couple of laps together cleanly, and then I'd hate to say that it's through misfortune of others, but we can only race the people that are on the track, and I came away with a win. That was my first one, and I really enjoyed it. And I think Winton, it's a very technical track, and I'm slowly getting back into it again, but I'm enjoying it.
You had to spend a little bit of time underneath the car, unfortunately, after qualifying before the first race. What's been going on?
Well, I happened to forget there's a couple of curves here you can't drop over because it's been 5 years, and I managed to put a hole in the exhaust on the first practice. But fortunately, the Porsche Club, they're awesome. I've been able to lean on a couple of other competitors and found a welder, and we just managed to get it welded all up for the first race. So qualified mid-pack, but I was happy, and we'll see how we go.
So aside from unfortunately punching a hole in your exhaust, how's the car feeling around here this weekend?
Yeah, it's not too bad. I was fortunate to get to an earlier race this season, and even heading to Calder last year. There's a couple of really good tracks, and I'm enjoying it, and the car's doing really well. And honestly, it does pretty well. Through COVID, I'd spent a bit of time up on chocks, but they're pretty easy to dust the cobwebs off and get them back out on the track. And
it's brilliant to see the family business sponsoring the 944 Challenge as a whole this weekend as well.
Yeah, honestly, I just really want to do something for the club, and there's a lot of other participants out there that are really putting a lot of time and effort in, whether it's their time organising things for the clubs or also financially supporting the club. But I think that it's a bit of a mark for how solid of a club the 944s are, and just trying to do my part.
On Sunday afternoon, race 3. The final race of the weekend, and the field rolled out under hot, sunny and dry conditions. Front row, Torbitz, Lewis-Williams got away well.
Mark Torbitz, they're pretty much all set for a start. Look out for the green car of Cameron Bella, number 55, as the guys head off on race 3 here at Winton Motor Raceway.
Charging down into turn 1.
By this race, Bella had started from 3 and he wasn't messing around. Chris Williams, however, held his nerve. He grabbed the lead into the first turn.
Torbets goes with him. He's going to have to go around the outside, and the biggest problem is that Bella's going to take the real estate from him. No, he's not. Mark Torbets, he has found his level. He's going to go wide. Lewis Williams says, there's no way we can go 2 through here. And Torbets says, I agree.
Torbets and Bella close behind.
In the mirrors of these two, as well as Chris Lewis Williams leads the race to the sweeper for the first time in this, the longer race for the weekend. 25-minute journey.
The Baron of Benalla, number 37, Chris Lewis Williams in the tyre power car. They're just ahead of the race winner from this morning, Mark Torbets.
Dino and Brewer also saw their chances to make up early spots, leading to a 5-way fight at the front.
Black Widow Spider, number 3 of Adam Brewer, very exciting driver, looking to grab some points this weekend, and he's ahead just of Lyndon Watson, who's had a great start as well. It's always close racing in 944 championships, and this race looks to be no exception. So, knows this circuit very well and makes his car very, very wide at times, Daz, as you have mentioned
Mark
many
Torbets,
times.
good on him. The 66 shows the nose. Do it again next lap, Mark, because that is what you've got to do to these guys that have got 4 championships. You've got to show it there, and he knows how to win races now. Whoa, look at Mark Bettino.
Tell you
No
what,
level of
Bettino was on the charge.
race-winning driver as well. Look how close this racing is, going into the back section at Winton there. Bettino just holding off Campbella.
Bettino, Bella and Brewer all found themselves in a 3-way dogfight with no one willing to give an inch.
This is
As
very,
well.
very tight. Look at Bella.
Whoa.
He shows the nose around the outside. That's the long way around. He's going to do it too. As Brewer lines up for the run down into turn 1-2 here. So the 44 has been taken by the 55, and now adds Brewer in car number 3 ways into it.
Carpenter managed to hold his position ahead of Goldman. Johnny Venoris close behind.
Sandown. The points are very important, and speaking of points, have a look at these two guys going at it. This is Goldman and Carpenter, relatively, in fact, both very new to the category. Really great to see these guys out there challenging hard and fighting for every last point in this race. And of course, you've got Johnny Venoris, who's weighing in on this as well, the number 32. Great to see Johnny.
The pressure mounted. Eventually, something had to give. And it was the double race with Torbets who pushed too hard, causing him to spin out of contention.
Wow. Now,
And
no!
Torbs
He's
goes
gone.
round.
He's gone. He's gone.
So excited. The 66 goes round. Mark Torbets engages the gear. He stalled it there. Oh, John Venoris has gone off right in front of us.
No, this has gone crazier than a coffin carousel album, hasn't it? Does this round by the looks of it, this race.
And here we go. This is it. He's applying the pressure. He's applying the pressure. More. Keep applying it, and there it is. Tried to get on the gas.
Did Campbella touch him? No, he didn't. No, exactly. So, no, Campbella is not going to.
Campbella's not a guy that will give you the touch-up.
Exactly, but
Venoris too lost it as he tried to gain places, spinning, coming out of turn 2. But rejoined behind Carpenter and Goldman.
Form. Mark Torbets, I would suggest, might have been a little bit of a rush of blood, got onto the gas early, but to Cambella's, to his credit, he applied the pressure. Touch-up.
exactly, but
With the long weekend of racing starting to take its toll, 5 suddenly became 4.
a real shame to see Mark Torbets falling away a bit there. He will be absolutely ruining that because he was on for a really amazing weekend. But I mean, that's 944 racing. You need to keep your concentration. You need to finish each race. You need to bank the points. And again, it falls back to the experienced campaigners who are leading this race. And it's why they're multiple champions.
Carpenter and Goldman fought all the way.
For the miners, and these guys have been racing for sheep stations as well this weekend. Goldman, Venoris has gone round and has parked it. It hasn't actually parked it, has continued somewhere on the track, but went round on the main straight as we have Carpenter and Goldman. They're down into turn 3. Goldman in the 333 car there, the carpet shed.
Dino's tyres eventually cried it up as he found the gravel on turn 10. This move dropping him out of race-winning contention.
There's a long championship. There's many more races we visit.
Yeah, and let me tell you, the guy that's
Oh,
gone...
Fedino. he's gone.
44 off the side link. Pro-led entry disappears off Mark Dino. Momentary lapse in reason right there. Torbs has brought back to position number 7, and in fact he's the fastest car on track.
And with Verdino gone, the top 3 in the championships. Lewis Williams, Bella and Brewer, all fighting to get the last points.
Crying enough and tyres, there you go. Chris Lewis Williams really pushing hard. He knows he's got these guys right on his bumper with a lap or so to go. But
leaders.
Yeah, and speaking of leaders, how close do you like your 944 Challenge Series racing? What a fantastic effort by all the drivers, especially the top 3. It's going to go down to the wire, but by the looks of it, the Baron of Benalla, Chris Lewis Williams, is going to hold off Cameron Bella, who will come home, I'd imagine, in second place. 1 or 2 corners to go there, Daz, with Ads Brewer, a very, very respectable third place in the number 3.
In the end, it was the reigning champion, Lewis Williams, who held on to take the victory.
He's got himself a couple of second places and now lines himself up for a win. And there it is, across the line they go. Chris Lewis Williams takes the win by 0.2 of a second over Cam Bella and 0.6 of a second back to Ads Brewer. And the rest of the field starting to stream to the line.
So the reigning champion, Chris Lewis Williams, holds on to take victory in race 3 by the closest of margins from Cameron Bella. Adam Brewer again home in 3rd. Mark Verdino with another solid 4th place. Lyndon Watson top 5. Michael Westaway completed his great weekend with more points. Mark Torbett salvaged 7th after his spin. Nick Carpenter and Andrew Goldman home in 8th and 9th. John Venoris also claiming points by rounding out what in the end became a 10-car field. So as we look at the points tally after 2 rounds, it's Chris Lewis Williams who takes the lead from Adam Brewer, Cam Bella close behind in 3rd. Mark Torbett, with his 2 race wins, moves to 4th. And a solid weekend for Mark Verdino sees him now move into the top 5, narrowly ahead of Michael Westaway. 3-time race winner from Sandown, Jamie Westaway, completes the top 10. Johnny Venoris just outside that. Jimmy Mitchell mid-pack on 26 points. Sam Rofe, Josh Brisbane and Manny Mezzaselma complete the table. If it's close, hard and fast racing in stunning Porsche machinery on some of Australia's best racetracks that you're after, head over to our website www.944challenge.com and check out all the information. The 944 Challenge Series will be back, bigger and better, for round 3 at the Bend Circuit in South Australia on the 7th of June. We look forward to seeing you there. This has been a production by Pit Lane Media.